The main event and group stages for Kiev Major are going to be starting very shortly, and if you're doing the Fantasy Challenge inside the Compendium, then there are a couple things you're going to need to pay attention to, both in the group stages and in the main event. For the first day of the group stages, you should basically just pick whatever players you think will acquire you the most points, your best cards. You can try and think about which teams you think will play or have to go full 3-game series, but that's very difficult, and I don't realistically think you can do that, so I think you should just pick what cards you think are the best. For day 2 of the group stages is going to be slightly different. Because it's the Swiss format, not all teams are going to end up playing 4 full series. Any team that is 2-0 after the first day, you should not use cards from the people on those teams. Because if they win their next game, they only have to play 3 series total. They will not have to play their 4th series. And because of the way the fantasy points work, you're not going to get any points from those players on that last for that last series. So you're only going to want to pick from teams that are either 1-1 after the first day or 0-2. Moving into the main event, the first day is going to see teams from the top of the bracket, as far as I can tell. 4 series will be played on the first day in the round of 16, and then the remaining 4 will be played on the next day. Moving in after that, you're going to have all of the quarterfinals should be played on the 29th, and on the 30th, you'll have the 2 semifinals and the grand finals. Obviously, near the end, it's going to be very obvious which teams you should pick your cards for. But during the beginning, you're going to make sure you want to pay attention to that, because if you pick a team that, if you pick a player from a team that's not playing that day, you're not going to get any points, and that can hurt quite a bit. So these are just some things to keep in mind. So you will kind of have to update these every day as you get a feel for what's going on in the tournament. You get a lot of points here if you just put it, even if you don't really have great cards for the days, as long as you put in a full roster of players that are playing the most games possible that day, you will do very well in the Fantasy Challenge. So good luck, and hopefully you end up in the top. I think it's 10% tile, because they get the highest rewards.